Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We are drawing 3 cards together for the 3 piles, and we're asking for an immediate message. I just feel there's 2 here. Yes, there are. We are asking for an immediate message from Spirit, and we are also going to ask for information about the coming week. These are readings that I post every single Sunday. So we have some amazing cards here. I'm going to hold them up so you can have a really, really good look at them. Let's make sure that camera is focusing properly. Cool. And I'm going to draw a rune and a charm for each as well. But let's look at the cards first. So, pile 1. You have Mary Magdalene, Sacred Marriage. Okay. This is pile 1. Pile 2, we have Hathor, Soul Family. This is for pile 2. Really beautiful energy. And pile 3, we have Cain, Life Force Energy. Beautiful. So these are the 3 cards. Now I'm going to draw charms and runes as well. And just welcome everyone, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. I know some of you do watch these readings week in, week out, and welcome and thank you so much for your support of the channel. Welcome if you're new. So let's draw a rune and a charm as well for anyone that wants to be guided in by those. So we've got 2 runes for pile 1. We have Hagelas. Now this is the rune of disruption. Actually, it's kind of got quite a Uranus energy. And then we have Gateway, Thurizaz. So that is, or those are the runes for pile 1. For pile 2, 2 runes again. We have Fehu. This is the rune of nourishment, possessions, ambition, actually, as well sometimes, and fertility. Okay, Ingus, the rune of fertility. So that is for pile 2. And then pile 3, 2 runes again. We have Isa. This is the rune of standstill. And we also have Algiz, the rune of protection. So those are your runes. Okay, now let us bring some little counters in so that we can draw a charm and put them on that so you can see them really easily. Okay, your charm for pile 1. For pile 1 you have, oh wow, you have a seahorse, pile 1. So anyone drawn to pile 1, or if you are now drawn by the seahorse, that is the charm for pile 1. Okay, we have for pile 2 a ship's steering wheel. Okay, amazing. Okay, lovely, lovely energy today. We have, for pile 3, oh, there's 2. There's two charms coming through. We have the bells, and we also have a horse galloping. Okay, that's for pile 2. Pile 3, my apologies. Two charms for pile 3. Okay, beautiful souls. So those are the runes, the charms, the cards. Let me zoom the camera in and see if I can get a little bit closer for you. Yeah, that was going to work, I think. If I just press a focus button as well for you. Hopefully that's nice and clear and you can get a really good look. I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments longer in case you need a little bit more time. You may already know which of the readings you're being called to tune in with. Whether it's the charms, the runes, the cards. Sometimes it's more than one reading. Just check it out, trust your gut feeling, and listen to your intuition. And if you're really not sure, you can always press the pause button and sit with the cards and the runes and the charms just a little bit longer. I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So let us draw some more cards while we tune into the energy of your reading. Your runes are very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed, because Thurisaz's Gateway asks you to pause and to reflect, or to notice something or see something before you move through that gateway. It's like a really big turning point in your life, stepping away from the past and into the future. Now, Hagalaz is a rune of, it's kind of like Uranus, the Great Awakener. Sometimes it means that things have been shaken up. Sometimes it can also mean that you have reached a point where you have grown tired of something, like you've kind of woken up to it and you think, I just can't do this anymore. But either way, it has quite a disruptive energy about it. And I'm very curious about the seahorse, because Mary Magdalene Sacred Marriage kind of speaks about seeking a partnership that is completely equal, but also about letting go of anything in the past, from past connections that no longer serve you, to make space for that sacred union. It's like, if you're right with yourself, then you can attract someone who you can, you attract the right person. Seahorses do sometimes, not all species, as I think, but some species do mate for life. So I'm wondering if there is an energy of partnership or a desire for partnership for some of you, in which case you may be about to step through a gateway here. Let's draw the rest of your oracle cards, and then we'll draw your tarot cards. So we're asking for an immediate message. What's happening for my pile 1? And then we'll also kind of check in on the week ahead as well. Let's draw a few tarot cards now too, and then we're just going to see what we are showing, what your immediate message is, my beautiful pile 1. Okay, let's leave those as they are and look at your oracle cards first. So you have the Bear and Cedar Leadership, the Sheep and Blackberry Devotion. Okay. You have 31st Path, Judgment Aeon, Fortitude Renewal, Truths Revealed. This is like a, look at the phoenix rising out of these eggs. Oh my goodness me, you have 17th Path, the Lovers. Humour, Choices, Intelligence. Wow, that's pretty cool. Then you have Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. And then you have Look at the bigger picture, Full Moon in Sagittarius. Okay. Right off the bat, if there is someone new in your life, now for some of you this could be a love interest, it could be the Lovers. But also, if there is someone new and it's like a new friendship or a new phase of relationship, a new connection. For many, I do feel it is new. But if there is a connection which hasn't been going well, and you know, you're wondering whether to kind of stay or like recommit, maybe. It feels more like a new connection, to be honest with you, more. Because the bear is kind of looking straight at us, and the bear is very much an energy of the west sort of direction, which is a process of cleansing and letting go. Whereas the sheep is looking ahead, devotion. I feel that there is potentially around you someone that you could be thinking about becoming committed to. Now, this could also genuinely be not a someone, it could be a commitment to your own spiritual pathway. It could be a commitment to source, to spirit. It could be a commitment to yourself, literally. But if it is a commitment to yourself, then there is something around you, a circumstance that you are concerned about. For some reason, you're reticent or hesitant to really commit, to like say, right, I'm on board with that. That's right for me, that's what I want. There's a hesitancy. Work through your fears. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. You know, this is, I think there is an opportunity around you. If this is a new love interest, I think there's possibly the residue of the past in the way. If this is a friendship, then maybe you have been stung by a friend before, or, you know, badly let down. There's a sting in the tail here with Scorpio. So, you know, whether you have been hurt in love or in friendships, you've been let down by people. This is, you know, or indeed, for some reason, there's something around you that's stopping you from feeling that you can commit to your own relationship with your own guides, with spirit, with source. But I think this is about relationship. So if any element of relationship, whether it's your relationship to yourself or your relationship to someone else, to source, to spirit, it could be friend, business partner, colleague, community, but I think this is about relationship, really, really clearly. Something, the egg is hatching, there is something literally in front of you, and I think that this is saying to you, look, try and stand back and work through your fears. Because of the rune of Thurizaz, gateway, Thurizaz actually does ask you to stop and to review. And it's very much got an energy of looking back. And we have the bear here. This is the west energy of the medicine wheel. The bear is it's a very introspective energy where we look inside of ourselves, and we really get to kind of like, it's like that great big hall of mirrors where we look at all the elements of ourselves, and we can learn actually to kind of laugh at ourselves as well, and just kind of, and then come out fresh and ready like a sheep. You know, I don't know if any of you have seen beautiful lambs in spring, how they just bounce, literally, they just bounce. They are amazing. It's like fresh and ready. Devotion. I do think there is the potential for something that you could commit to. Some kind of connection to relationship, and for some reason you are hesitant or reticent, or you're needing to process history or past fears in order to be available to then commit. Look at this humour. I love that. Humour, choices, intelligence. This is all about being in a place where you remove obstacles to committing to some kind of relationship. As I said, whether that is a human being, to the divine. So we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so something is stationary here. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Moon. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Sun and the Star. I can't believe this. This is amazing. This is just amazing that you actually have the Moon, the Star and the Sun. I mean, how incredible is that? I mean, I use these cards loads, so this is like, wow. These incredible 3 cards coming out together. Okay. I think that you are genuinely, like emotionally, you're slightly tying yourself in knots here, literally. I think you're creating a bit of a stalemate. And I think with you, the greatest of respect, it feels like it's because you're feeling this at a really emotionally deep level. And I think there is a lot of concern. I think you've become a bit defensive with the Seven of Wands here. A little bit defensive around this. Your reading is actually suggesting, and this is your immediate message, your reading is suggesting that the defensiveness is actually historical. And this reading is inviting you to work through your fears, like with Thurizaz, literally get still, and really, really evaluate and recognize what is belonging to the past and what is belonging to the future, because the future is full of potential. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius, this is loaded with possibility. You have the Sun and the Star. This is absolutely loaded with possibility. I know with any relationship, if we're really real about it, I mean, we all know that when we start a relationship, we don't know how it's going to emerge because it has to sort of grow organically. But actually, right here and right now, this is suggesting that you commit, actually, or that you review the past and process the past so that you are available to commit should you wish to. That's a better way of saying it. Obviously, you have conscious free will and choice. I love this reading. Yeah, stop judging this. Stop, stop judging the situation. Stop judging yourself. Stop trying to judge the nitty-gritty of it all. This is about evaluation within. Mary Magdalene, this card is all about it, like your sacred soulmate relationship with yourself. So you look within, and when that is right, you then can have this incredible conscious relationship with whoever you wish. So this is really, really clear. Whatever is in front of you, there's an opportunity for a relationship, and it's all about making a commitment and actually, should you wish to, set forth and see how it goes, kind of thing. But also recognizing that the hesitancy is sitting within you. It's not an external thing at all. There's nothing external here that would suggest this is not okay, which is rather good, I think. Pile 1, rather good. So whatever this is, why are you hesitant? This is about sending you forth to really look at why you are. Look inwardly. This is a real journey, an inward journey, to understand what you need to stop you from defending against this. Whether this is your spiritual pathway, your relationship with yourself, or with someone else. Your reading's very clear, very clear. This is your immediate message, which is journey within, evaluate, and remove anything from the past that is in your way. Work through your fears. Let's draw cards and see if we can get a flavour of the coming week for you. We have the Three of Swords. This is interesting because this is kind of very much the ending sometimes of a broken heart. It indicates a broken heart, but it very much also suggests that something can finally now potentially move forward. So I'm seeing these, and this one, and also that one as well. Yeah, that is what it suggests, really, I think. So it's time to bring this history to a close. It's time to work through your fears and bring history to a close. Yeah, to kind of mourn what hasn't worked, so you're free to move forwards. We have the Page of Swords and the Six of Swords, so we are seeing you moving forwards. The Page of Swords is really asking you to actually, and look, you have the Devil as well, it's really asking you to just get really clear. Kind of, I just want to say cut through the crap. Actually, I always think with the Page of Swords, cut through the crap, get to it. There's new energy around, and this is about getting through the mental energy and leaving the mental anguish and any heartache of the past behind. I mean, the Devil is fascinating because it is ultimately a card of ultimately a card of liberation. So again, there's a real invitation here to let go, review and let go of anything that is holding you back. I think some of you might even be getting quite, excuse my language, but a bit pissed off with yourselves. You know how you do when you find yourself going back over patterns again, and you're like returning to past lovers, and you're thinking, oh God, just get out of my head. I feel because Hagalaz, can get to a point where we start to become a little less tolerant. And I feel like you might be a little bit less tolerant of yourself, starting to get fed up with being defensive and wanting to kind of break through. Yeah, the Four of Cups, this again is do not hold on to any patterns of anything that are getting in the way. Look at this, don't resort to wine and chocolate. It's one of those cards, really. And the Queen of Pentacles is beautiful because it's kind of saying, this is a card of pregnancy. It's a card of birth. And here she is literally breastfeeding. She's feeding a baby. You can nurture this. You don't have to commit fully in one go. But I think what you're going to see this week, we're asking about the week ahead. I think this week there will be an opportunity for you. I think you might do battle a bit this week with this in your head, if I'm honest. Sort of swinging from a little bit of kind of, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kind of break through. I'm gonna leave the fears behind. A bit like that devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. And then I think there might be days when you think, oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna crack that bottle of wine and buy that box of chocolates. I think you might swing a bit like a yo-yo this week. And it's interesting. If you are watching this at the time of doing the reading, I post these every Sunday. And thank you so much to those of you who are returning and follow the readings. But they are timeless, so you know whenever you come to this reading, it's going to be right for you, you know, if it's resonating with you. But at the time of doing this reading, the energy is very push-pull. You know, at the moment, I was reading the Manifest with the Moon diary, Astro Moon diary, and looking at the moon energy. It's very push-pull at the moment, so you might be finding yourself swinging a bit like a bit of a yo-yo. But actually, there's opportunity to kind of birth something here. The Queen of Pentacles isn't just pregnant. Sometimes she's shown as being pregnant, but actually she's not just pregnant. She's actually holding a baby in her arms, which means you can move this forwards, even if it's going to be a bit push-pull. And you're going to be swinging from yes I can to no I can't. I actually think you might by the end of the week have kind of cracked it a little bit. Really, we've got the sun and the star. I think you might have made a bit of a breakthrough, turned a bit of a corner, stepped through that gateway. You know, it's like stopping at the gateway and reviewing and entering the cave, the West energy, reviewing everything, looking at everything, and then reaching that kind of point where you think, do you know what? Everything that I've done has got me to where I am today. I'm leaving that behind. I want more for myself. And I'm not prepared to go over and over and over this stuff in my head anymore. It's kind of, I think you're going to draw a line or reach a point where you are kinder to yourself about this by the end of this week. And I'm thrilled about that because actually, you know, if you are right with yourself, then any relationship will flourish in any area of your life. But the root of it is being right with yourself. If you're right with yourself, then the energy is good. I think this is beautiful. We have the sun and the star. I mean, I can see you doing battle. I can see you feeling quite stuck with this. But yeah, I think a lot of review, a lot of reflection to the point where you can kind of like really start to break through those barriers and the glass ceiling around what it means to be in this relationship, this connection, in whatever way, shape or form it is for you. Wow. Back to seahorses, who do, not all of them, but many species, apparently they don't so much in captivity, but you know, in the wild, apparently a lot of them do mate for life. So there's something about making a commitment here, and I think, you know, you may well kind of reach that, a bit of a breakthrough point this week. A lot of toing and froing, perhaps a lot of deliberating, but you know, drop into stillness. Focus on what you want. If you can be right with yourself, the rest is going to follow. Pile 1, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. I post these ones every Sunday for weekly guidance, and we look at the week ahead, get an immediate message, and I post other readings in the meantime as well. Thank you so much, my beautiful souls. It is an absolute honour to read for you. Tons and tons of love, and I will look forward to doing some other readings for you again really soon. I'm also posting little Archangel Michael shorts, quite a lot of Archangel Michael shorts as well through the week as well. I know many of you are very tuned in to Archangel Michael's energy, so do touch base with the channel at any time if you are needing a reading. Tons of love, beautiful souls. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. This is a bit mind-blowing, to be quite honest with you. I'm seeing this card here. I'm just going to draw your oracle cards. You've got 3 from this pack. Wow. Okay. This is a bit mind-blowing because this is a card that really talks about finding, literally finding your soul family, and like it's destined. This is the time when it's going to happen. It's like destiny is about to take over. You know, this is a real card of literally a fate, of destiny, timing, divine timing. Wow. And fertility. Fertility and nourishment, the two together are really powerful because, you know, fertility is full of promise. This card is full of promise. This is like ambition satisfied. It's something that's coming into being. So I feel you may be steered towards something with the ship's steering wheel here as well. Let's draw some tarot cards too, and then we'll look at these in just a moment. I'm seeing that one and those two and that one there. Okay, we'll look at these in a second. Let's look at your oracle cards first. You have 3 from this pack. Wow. Okay, so you have the dragonfly and pansy, balance. You have the ladybug and sweet pea, happiness. Wow, look at this. Balance, happiness and success. The chipmunk and laurel. Oh, then you have the soul triangle. Soul family, soul triangle, mystical soul-led harmony. And then you have the 24th path, death, grief, rebirth and transformation. Wow. Look at the way, look at the insect. It looks like a bee, I think, here on the front of this boat. Coming out of your cave, you also have the answers you need are coming and a fiery climax approaches. Ooh, okay. Now this is a soul triangle. Are you in a slightly tricky position where there's more than one person involved here? Let's see what your tarot cards are saying. Page of Pentacles and Judgment. 4 of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles as well. I wonder if we can get one more in along here. I wonder if that is going to be possible. I think just about, yeah. The Soul Triangle. Okay, and then we have this last card, Queen of Pentacles, which I'm just going to put here. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries and then full moon in Gemini, where you can see 2 different sides of something. Are some of you caught in the middle of something here? Balance. Being asked to, I think some of you are genuinely caught in a little bit of a situation, I think, where you are slightly tangled between people. Okay. I think that the situation is going to get kind of fixed. Maybe you're feeling a bit torn between almost like who you side with. Yeah, I think some of you are literally being asked or feel like you are tied in, caught between whose side you should be anchored in, which team you should be part of here. This is a really curious reading. There's a very curious energy because on the one hand, you have so much success and positivity, happiness, success, soul-led harmony, soul family, like a destined, almost like karmic situation, which is ultimately leading to something that is really, really rewarding. A commitment to something, that a celebration, the 4 of Wands. It's guided. There's a real karmic energy here. It's It is as if you are literally, your ship is being steered in a particular direction with purpose. You know, answers you need are coming. And yet there's this other energy around you as well, where it feels like you've kind of almost like got tangled in something, or there is some kind of element of a difficulty, or you could be caught between a couple of people, not quite knowing which way to go. There is a real dichotomy of energy. On the one hand, this is loaded with success. The outcome is really, really positive. And yet, it doesn't feel like a comfortable rebirth for some reason. You know, there's learning to be had here. I think something is coming to a head here. There's lots of learning in it, and yet somehow, and it's guided, and the outcome will be amazing, and yet somehow this just doesn't feel as though it's easy for you. There will be fertility. Something has to kind of complete first. With the rune of fertility, it speaks of completion of beginnings. It's kind of like we have to wrap something up before we can move to the new. I need more information, I think, for you. I'm not sure what the message is. I see the dichotomy of energy around you. What is the message? Is it to tell you that this is going to be okay? You know, what is the message? Okay, 8 of Pentacles. So we kind of know you can work through this, okay? So this is like you'll be able to achieve your goals. Okay, so I do think maybe there is something that you are navigating here that feels more complex than you had expected. Perhaps there's more personalities involved than you had originally expected. It's a bigger learning curve than you had expected. Now you can navigate through this. A fiery climax is coming and the answers you need are coming. I think you may be kind of at a little bit of a loss as to what to do about this situation that's around you. You know, you may have found yourself drawn into something, or you may have found yourself stuck in the middle of something, and I think you're genuinely not sure what to do. However, everything here, and this is perhaps your very first message really, is to say that, look, you will come through this. Everything in this reading is so positive, it's untrue in terms of the outcome. You know, very, very, very satisfactory outcome. But let's get more information about navigating this now. Maybe we get more information about navigating this now. I mean, let's ask about the coming week. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so this is someone reaching out. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is a much more balanced kind of energy coming in. And then the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I think what we're seeing here is this is probably a time to kind of apply some kind of logical thinking to this rather than being drawn in emotionally. I think you're going to be able to see both sides of the story. I think you'll see the bigger picture. I think you'll be able to work through this. I think somebody will possibly, now somebody might even come and give you an apology, or someone might come forward and offer you something, some assistance here with the Page of Cups. But I think what we're seeing this week is a situation where something comes back into balance. Now, if any of you are going through, when I say caught up in a triangle of people, if any of you are caught up in something that involves legal issues here with the card of Judgment, I think we're looking at a really, really positive outcome here, really fruitful outcome. I wonder whether there might even be a destined connection coming in at this time to assist you. Page of Cups coming in. like a soul connection, someone who had agreed to come and help you in this moment in time, to help you to navigate through this. Whatever this is, you're tangled in something else. There's something going on here that you're tangled in, and you're not sure how to get through it. You know, whether this is caught between perhaps, you know, like in a triangle of people, or caught between, yes, basically something else. But don't worry, it's going to come to a head, actually, and that's not a bad thing. You've got the rebirth transformation card. I can't help feeling that you will be steered through this, actually. I sort of feel maybe some people might just come in like the right person at the right time. This is calling you to take quite a logical approach, I feel, actually. You know, we can be drawn in emotionally. This is asking you to take quite a logical approach, to be kind of nice and clear and cool about it. You don't, you know, don't be emotional about it, actually, whatever this is. Yeah, look at this. You have the star. This is wonderful. So this is, you know, a really, really positive outcome. Let's take these cards that are showing themselves. We've got a really positive outcome. We've got the card of the Tower as well. I mean, the Star and the Tower are really interesting. We've also got the Emperor. Man, he looks a little bit angry. But nevertheless, he's kind of got something to say. Gosh, Eight of Swords as well. Are you feeling hemmed in by something? Again, caught up in something here. The answers you need are coming. I feel our Emperor here. Now, whether this is you stepping into your own agency or it's someone else coming in, we've got soul family. This feels like someone comes in to help. Keep your cool. This feels like almost, I feel almost like you've got someone, especially with the Judgment card as well, you know, someone who is going to be taking charge of the situation. Something's coming crashing down here. We've got the Star followed by the Tower. Something is going to be, I think something that whatever's going on here, I think it's going to be seen. Okay? Now we are genuinely, at the time of doing this reading, we're in a year when I think we are going to start to see a lot of what I would call accelerated accountability. And this is coming through because we are raising the consciousness of humanity. This is what our world is all about. And I just feel that whatever has been hidden is likely to be seen. You know, if people have been covering things up, I think those things are going to come crashing down. Things are coming back into balance for you, my beautiful pile twos. So your reading is really, really interesting. So I feel like the right people show up at the right time. Things are revealed, things are seen. So whatever you've got tangled in, I think it will be seen for what it is. We're seeing such positive results for you. So there's a lot of positivity, there's a lot of promise. As I said, you've got happiness, success, balance, things coming back into balance. There is this dichotomy of energy around you. I think this is a really positive reading. However, I feel like what's going on right now, right around you, feels like you've got tangled in something. I think you're going to see a shift, and I think you're probably going to see a shift this week. It's a weekly reading. Let's ask if we can have any more guidance about the week ahead. Okay, I'm seeing these two and that one. Do we have any more about the week ahead? Yes, I thought there was 4. Okay, let us ask. So we have 8 of Cups. Wow. Look at that. Look at the cups lining up here. Look at the door. A door will open. Gosh, look at this. Hungry, homeless, help. How fascinating. 5 of Pentacles. This is a card of generosity. We then have the Hanged Man, which also can mean that something gets seen. And look at the 6 of Cups. I mean, it's joy, it's happiness, it's celebration. I think you're going to see a shift, a turning point. Whatever this situation is around you, I think you're going to see a turning point this week. That is what this is showing at the time that you come here. I think you are going to be in a position where you can feel quite benevolent, actually. You could be quite generous if you chose to. I think you're going to get some kind of result this week. There is a situation that you're uncomfortable with, something's brought to light, something is revealed, the right people show up at the right time, and it gets taken care of. Look after yourself. I always think the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of self-care. Take care of you, pile 2, through this. I think it's going to be turning this week. I think you're going to see the outcome. I think stuff that was hidden will become revealed. And I think you're going to get success. But look after you. There's an energy here that feels like it's, yeah, there's that dichotomy. It's a little bit challenging around you right now. But I think this will be quite clear-cut. I think it'll get sorted in really quite a clear way. And a very positive way for you. Very, very positive. Yeah, look after you while this shift is occurring. But whatever you've somehow got tangled in inadvertently, the outcome this week is really favourable for you. And it really is as if your soul family come in, and we have a very big soul family. We have lots of people who come in at different times to support us. That soul family come in, they step in, they come in with the right stuff at the right time. Almost predestined that they are coming in to help you. I am loving your reading. I'm really, really loving your reading, pile 2. It feels like such a positive outcome. This feels very positive, very powerful. You'll be steered through this. But take it easy, look after you, because there is an energy of something that feels quite pressing around you. Pile 2, this is your reading. I hope that this is helpful, and if it's resonating with you, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, press the little bell icon as well if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. I am sending you the biggest hug ever. I'm sorry that something is going on around you, but it's kind of not going to be your problem very soon, and that's pretty cool. Pile 2, tons and tons of love, beautiful souls. I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's get an immediate message for you from Source, from Spirit. I am seeing these 2 for you. And we will also look at the week ahead. Let's draw your oracle cards first. This is a really beautiful card that you have here. Cane is an energy of health, vitality, of health returning to you, which is really beautiful. Let's see what else we are shown. I'm seeing this one actually. These are your oracle cards. Let's draw some tarot cards as well. I think we will look at your oracle cards first, but let us draw your tarot cards now. I'm seeing this 2 and this and these 3, I think. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. We'll draw more if we need them. You have the Crow and Dogwood Intelligence. Okay. Ooh, you have the Bobcat and Blackthorn. Okay, this is really interesting. Really, really interesting. So you have the 32nd path, the world universe, independence, facing fears, self-discipline. You have the 20th path, the Hermit, spiritual guidance, commitment, a way shower. Gosh, this really reminds me of the Hermit imagery in the card. Okay, work through your fears. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. Okay, my lovely souls, let's move these along a little tiny bit. Okay, I think that there is something that you are wanting to move forwards. Now, this could be something that you are manifesting. or it could be something that you're working on. I think you want to move it forwards, and I think you're lacking in energy right now, right here and right now. I just feel you feel slowed down. You kind of know, you know what you want. And I think you have been working very hard at this, but there is an anxiety that it's not going to come together. I think there's anxiety because you're having to be patient, because we have Isa, the rune of standstill. Something is a little bit slow, and yet we have this galloping horse and these little bells, which always make me feel like there's a wedding or a celebration. You know, the bells are going to be ringing out. I think that this reading is all about kind of putting together a really practical kind of plan to see, to almost to get you back on track, to get your vitality back. I think something has either happened with the crow. Crow energy is very interesting. Crows see between the worlds. They are really wise. This is the card of intelligence. Bobcats are patient. Bobcats know when to pounce. They know when to stay still, and they know when to pounce. The energy around you, my beautiful souls, is that I think you have been possibly running yourself into the ground a little bit whilst trying very, very hard to get something going. And I think your energy is low for some reason. Life force energy, Cain, the energy of Cain is to bring you life force energy, to give you what you need to get back on track, to speed up. And I feel like you need a practical plan to start timetabling. What is that about, timetabling? Timetabling your program, your diet, your energy. Now, the crow and dogwood, I feel like you saw something, or you've seen something that slowed you down. Something's come along, but maybe it needed to slow down because you were working too hard. Okay. Spiritual guidance, commitment, a way shower. This could be a way, either you are showing the way for someone or somebody else is showing the way for you. This is the path of the world, the universe. Facing fears. This is facing fears as well. We've got the Hanged Man. Yet something is stuck around you. 5 of Pentacles. Look at this. Hungry, homeless, help. What are you fearful of? 7 of Wands. This is a defensive card. We have 3 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. My pile 3s, you have a very, 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 very interesting reading. Now, I don't think that you are as helpless as you maybe are feeling. It kind of feels like something is up in the air, or it's become stuck, or it's not quite the right time for it to move forwards, or something else has been going on that you've seen. Something isn't quite there yet. You're trying to get something off the ground. You're trying to move something forwards. There's a lot of emotion around you. Now we see these bells of celebration, and we see the horse galloping, which means something is going to move forwards. And horses are about power, horsepower. That's how we measure engines, in horsepower. So something is going to move forwards, but I think there is a practical plan needed. Maybe you are working too hard because you're fearful that something isn't going to work out. Or maybe you're fearful of what people will think of you. I do feel you're working at something. You're trying to bring something forth. Do you know the interesting thing is, my lovely pile 3s, I think the way is being shown to you. But I think it's quite hard for you to see it here, because I think you're very bound up in trying to, it's like, I think you're trying to push all of the time to try and make something happen because of fears either of failure or fears of what other people think. I think you've become quite bound in what other people think, and I think you're needing to find your own independence here, and to work through your fears in terms of what people think, and really get yourself really centered. Okay, get centered. Literally work out a practical timetable so that you start to really look after yourself. Cain is bringing you the energy of life force. It's like the energy of source, of spirit, of your spirit team is absolutely around you, coming through from the other side to support you, to guide you, to help you to kind of develop a routine of discipline, of self-discipline that will help you to get back on track, to revitalize your energy. Let's get some more information. Kind of what's caused you to be in this position, because there's a real mix of energy around you, like a pushing energy, when at a time when maybe it's not right to push. You know, sometimes the moment we stop pushing, everything unfolds, or we can be guided. If we're pushing, we can't see the signs, the signals, the synchronicities. May we please ask for more information about this? Nine of Swords, you are worrying. You are constantly worrying about this. There's a real concern around something. Bit of an overload, I feel. And yet you have the Four of Wands. You are going to get to the finish line, okay? I think you've gone into overdrive. You know, when your mind is working overtime, I think you might have gone into overdrive and got yourself into that mindset of really worrying about what people think, about the pressure of this and that and the other. And I think you've got into this space in your head. And everything in your reading is about trying to slow you down, okay? To slow you down so you can receive guidance. This is your message, your first message coming through. Do you know, isn't it interesting? I feel like I had to really work to get there. Almost like there's so much going on, so much busyness that it's almost like actually if you just get still, you know, you can hear that message. It's like I've kind of tuned into this energy. Now, stop worrying about this. This is actually genuinely going to be okay. Let's just really put that one in here. You don't have to worry about what people think. You don't have to defend yourself. The worst is not going to happen. No catastrophizing. I think what's happening is there's so much going on in your mind around this that you're getting into a space where you're closed to the guidance that is going to see you through this. So work through your fears, put them down, and start to get really practical here. Maybe we have further guidance about perhaps the coming week unfolding. Two of Pentacles, get balanced. Lovely. And the Magician. How fab is that? Two of Pentacles and the Magician. Right. Work out a balanced timetable. Everything in, I want to say everything in moderation. Everything in balance. Take it one step at a time. Work out a practical plan and stick to it. You know, don't always keep pushing. Just work out a practical plan. Work out what you're going to do this day and what you're going to do that day. Like timetabling. You're going to be able to do this. Self-mastery. That's what we're seeing here. And this is going to bring your energy back. This is going to get your energy back on track. Look at that. Six of Cups. I mean, this is a card of success. And it's a card with energy in it. Of joy, of fabulousness, and they are very balanced, you know, otherwise they could not be poised along this beautiful coloured fence. Yeah, this is your key to success. It's not trying to push, even though you want something to happen. Rather than trying to push something, just be very pragmatic, very practical, and you know, obviously operate through integrity with the rune of protection with Algis. Operate with integrity and just take things one step at a time. Whatever is putting you under pressure, because there is something around you that feels pressured. Bobcats know when to pounce and they know when to sit still. Any cat does. If you look at any cat, especially wild cats, I mean, perhaps domestic cats are not always so good at this these days, though some are exceptional. But a cat knows how to hunt. They know when to just be really stealthy and to stay really still and lie low. And they know when to pounce and go for it. They have really good timing. And I feel like you are needing to be, rather than pushing and worrying all the time, which is, I think, causing more energy problems, it's like for there to be a free flow of energy and for you to have the full benefit of your own vitality. I think you need to slow down and let this unfold. But also, you are still an active participant in it, you know, but to be practical and pragmatic about this. The biggest issue here is that you are constantly worrying and you're constantly pushing yourself. That's what I'm seeing in your reading. Constantly worrying, constantly pushing yourself to the point where you are not available to actually receive the messages and the guidance that are coming through. Now, everything here is saying if you get balanced and you're really pragmatic about how you approach this, you will get to this point of success. The Six of Cups is beautiful. We've got real happiness and joy here. They're celebrating. So this is gorgeous. We've got a really, really happy outcome here. Let's see if there's anything else we're shown for the week ahead for you. Your messages are very clear. Four of Cups, okay. This is a bit, he's looking a bit disgruntled. Looking a bit disgruntled. And the Devil too. Goodness me, I kind of want to say, if any of you are struggling a bit with addictions, because we have a bottle here and we have the Devil which can connect to addictions, you know, rather than drinking lovely, lovely fresh water, you know, you might be diving in because of the stress levels that are around you. You might be diving into, you know, alcohol or some other kind of substance or something, just, and actually it's lowering your vibration, it's lowering your energy at a time when you need more energy. So it's really saying try not to kind of succumb to anything that is kind of unhealthy for you, because for you to really move forwards, this needs to be balanced, and for your energy to return and for you to be working in your full vibration, your full just your full vitality. This is about slowing down and treating yourself really well in a balanced way. Yeah, King of Wands, and then you get your energy back. The King of Wands is a beautiful card because it's all about energy. All about energy. And we have the King of Cups. Wowza, two kings. Yeah, if you are able to timetable your week really clearly and really try to resist unhealthy stuff, this would be a really good week to start a health regime. And this would be with your mental attitude, your thoughts and your thinking, as well as the food that you put into your body. I think you are going to get to a point where suddenly, emotionally, energetically, you are getting your energy back. And then look at the way this horse is speeding forwards, and we have the bells celebrating. So what else? Oh, we have, yeah, you're going to have a much clearer mind with the Ace of Swords. So actually what's going to happen is if you look after yourself physically, then emotionally and mentally, a lot of the worry will stop. You know, sometimes the food that we put into our body is literally, it sort of doesn't help with negative thoughts. You know, you're going to feel much, much better if, you know, drink plenty of water. Water is so amazing. Do you know what? I actually do something. I will share this with you because I think it's a really amazing tip, actually. But I don't know how many of you have ever looked at, I think it's Emoto, it's a Japanese scientist who looked at water crystals. And I actually have a pack of his cards, the water crystal cards. But what he noticed was in his studies was that water is really, really responsive. It literally responds to energy, and it responds to words, and it responds to thoughts. And they found in the experiments that they did that when they exposed water to really challenging words like hate, and then they froze the water, and it looks like mold. When it freezes, it doesn't look like a beautiful snowflake. Whereas if you expose water to words like love and happiness, the snowflakes are just beautiful. I mean, Google it, look it up on YouTube. There are some amazing videos of his work. But I actually literally, I have a water bottle that I drink from every day. I fill it up every day, and I actually sit it on one of those cards. I have the cards that are of all of those beautiful snowflakes, all the beautiful ice crystals that connect to the positive words. And I shuffle my card, and then whatever snowflake comes out, I sit my water on it. So my water is exposed to that energy. But you don't have to have a pack of cards. You can just write that word. If you want peace of mind, then write peace of mind on a piece of paper, and fill up your jug or your cup of water and sit it on that word, because it's absorbing that energy and that's changing the molecular structure of that water. And then when you drink that water, you are literally ingesting the energy of peace of mind, whatever it might be. Truly, it's an amazing thing to do, and it will really, really help with your vitality. If you need vitality, then write down happiness and vitality, peace of mind. Write a little list of words that would be really important, and then sit your water, or put your water in a place where it can absorb the energy of those words, and then you will absorb that when you drink that water. I literally do it every day, but I randomly draw a card. Well, randomly, in the way that we draw cards always, and we trust that the right cards come through. I draw a card every day, and that's the card that my water bottle sits on. It's still sitting on it today. I had the card of happiness today, I can tell you, and that's what my water bottle is sitting on today. A beautiful snowflake that came through. That's the snowflake they photographed when they exposed water to the word happiness. So very beautiful, very, very beautiful energy. But yeah, I honestly think it's really worth doing. Truly, you don't have to have the cards. Just write down the words that you need and then drink that water. Everything here is saying that your vitality, your power, your energy will return, and you will find that you have a much clearer state of mind if you are aware of what you're eating, what you're ingesting, and getting a really practical, balanced plan going on around you to navigate whatever you are experiencing that feels like it's a challenge, rather than trying to push it and force it. If you get still, it's almost as though the universe will then move for you or with you. May we have any final cards, any final information, please, for my lovely pile threes. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. We have the Six of Swords. Let's move these here. Okay. I think some of you are facing a disappointment of some sort. However, okay, right, so this is there's a flow of energy. I think you are facing something like a disappointment or something that has been quite challenging, genuinely. And this is why you are really worrying. Something didn't work out as you hoped, or it hasn't yet moved forwards. However, what you have here is the Six of Swords, which is a card where we know that we move away from something. So I'm seeing you move through it. I think maybe some of you are just exhausted from something that hasn't quite come to fruition. But we have the Six of Wands, so it's coming. It's coming here. Seven of Pentacles. This is a card where, you have choices here. Look at the progression as well. Look, 5, 6, 7, and then we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of success. Truly, I actually think the key here is about being really practical, really pragmatic, looking after you. Two kings, King of Wands, King of Cups. This is not insurmountable, whatever it is that's around you. And what you can actually do to assist this is to really almost like throw positivity at yourself from every direction, so that you hold that amazingly, powerfully positive, fabulous state of mind. We're seeing success here, whatever this is about for you. I do feel you've been through something, or there's something around you that has really caused you to, it's pushed you. It's absolutely pushed you, to a point where you just think, oh, how is this ever going to work out? And I do think there is an energy around you that's really tapped into some sort of, I say lower vibrational energy, but I think it has just stretched you, but in a way that's, I think some of you are exhausted. But we are seeing success here. This is like a systematic approach to practical, pragmatic navigation of your world, and a pathway to regaining your vitality and your energy. And because we have these celebrations, bells here, and the horsepower, and we have the Six of Wands, which is the card of success, I think you will get to the end goal, interestingly enough. It's almost as though you're going to get there much more quicker if you slow it down rather than push. That seems to be the deal here, really. Don't push, slow it down, look after you, pace yourself, drink lots of water, do all the right things, and I think your vitality will come back, and I think this will find its resolution. Pile 3, I hope this is helpful. It feels like you're going through a lot, but it also feels like your fears are adding to that. Though, let's face it, we are human beings. It's completely understandable. I just feel you've been through something really big, or something really big is going on, and you really are worried. Given some of the world events at the time of doing this reading, if you're watching it as I'm uploading it, it doesn't surprise me. There's a ton of stuff going on in the world that is stretching people to the extreme. Beautiful souls, let us hold everyone in our prayers and our hearts who may be experiencing difficulty, and pray for happiness, for peace of mind, and to know that they will come through this, whatever happens, and come out the other side. So whatever is going on for you, my beautiful souls, I am holding you in love and light, and literally holding the light for you, and I will be holding you in my prayers. And I do believe that you are going to get to the finish line here in a way that will be okay. It's just that some practical energy and some serious TLC is needed here to help this along. This is your reading. Tons and tons of love. Let us know in the comments if you actually feel you want to share stuff that's going on. This is an amazing community. You will meet beautiful souls here. I love the way you support each other. I can't reply to all your comments, but I read them and I check in with them, and I am blown away by the amazingness of you all, of the support, the love, the compassion. So just absolutely, if you're able to just, come and be here, you will meet a lot of support. I know that because I have read that in the comments here already. You guys are truly, truly, all of you, you are amazing. It's such an honour to be connected with you all. So, I'm sending you all of you, the biggest hug and the hugest amount of gratitude ever. Pile 3, tons of love.